What's up, guys? It's your boys Wookie back with another Chriswatts case video. Now, this one again is for those that don't know what this case is about, and more pretty much, because this is the bizarre things that pretty much do not make sense that like blurt out. Nicole was there. Nicole did this. Nicole did that. Why is she not investigated? We have no idea. We're gonna be taking a look at this clip from Footsteps of Murder. A lot of you guys have been sending me this saying I should watch this from this YouTube channel, which we're going to do because why not? We do to help other YouTube channels out. So with that being said, grab a chair, get comfortable. Before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. Then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for that love and support that you guys continuously show on this channel. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing together. Also, links will be down in the description for Footsteps of Murder. I'm a new person to this channel, but I've been watching a few of their videos today. So make sure you guys go over there, watch their old stuff, watch the new stuff, give them the love that they deserve for putting this together for us to enjoy, and not get scared, but definitely re-educate ourselves in things that are completely bizarre about the Watts case. So with that being said, let's get a video. So the big one thing for me too about this specific photo is there was multiple, well, not now because obviously they dug her up, but there was multiple footprints around this spot. Why didn't they cast it? Why didn't they make any evidence of footprints and stuff like that? There's multiple footprints around it. You can see it from the drone footage. This man's gonna crack eventually. I have a feeling.
Bizarre things about the Chriswatts case. While Chris and Shanann Watts appeared to have a perfect marriage, their relationship suddenly changed in the weeks leading up to the murders.
I want to reiterate, it's because of him, not because of her.
According to documents released by the Weld County District Attorney's Office, Shanann had grown suspicious of her husband. As the documents revealed, on August 7, 2018, Shanann texted one of her friends, "Chris told me last night he's scared to death about this third baby and is happy
he was the one that wanted another child in the first place.
with just Bella and Celeste and doesn't want another baby." She continued, "He has changed. I don't know who he is." It would seem that Chris's behavior towards Shanann became noticeably different, as she told her friend via text, "I told him last night, I don't feel safe with him after what he said about the baby."
See,
Tragically, less than a week later,
that's a big red flag right there. That's when she should have popped smoke. But she wanted to fight for her marriage. She wanted to fight for her husband, but unfortunately, it cost her her life.
Chris murdered Shanann, her unborn baby, and their two daughters, Bella and Celeste, and attempted to cover up the crime by disposing of the bodies at a remote oil field location owned by his employer.
Why there?
Shanann's mother, Sandra Rusek, was aware of the change in her son-in-law and said that her daughter had told her that the transformation happened over the course of a few weeks, maybe a month. While Googling romance advice isn't necessarily bizarre in and of itself, the fact that Chris Watts was searching for dating tips while married to Shanann Watts is troubling. While Chris reportedly met Nicole Kessinger,
Chris excuse me, sorry, my bronchitis keeps acting up. But Chris was too busy Googling how to prepare for this or do this, do that, and love and whatever have you with Nicole Kessinger. She was Googling Nicole Kessinger, Googling married mistress, marrying, or man says he's going to leave his wife or mistress, marrying your mistress, wedding dresses, butt stuff. I mean, gross in itself. While Shanann was Googling how to save my marriage, how to spot infidelity. I mean, you can see the fine line as to who's at fault compared to who was not. But yet there are people that completely blame Shanann because she was more boisterous and a leader in the relationship rather than she was the dominant one rather than the submissive one. And yet they want to blame her?
Co-worker he would begin an affair with. In June 2018, the romance seemed to have escalated quickly by the following month. Chris had Googled when to say I love you for the first time in a new relationship on July 25th, less than 3 weeks before he murdered his wife, 2 daughters, and unborn son. Chris's Google search indicated that the married man was moving quickly with Kessinger and was ready to take their relationship to the next level, despite already being married to someone else. Strangely, Chris also Googled, what do you feel when someone tells you they love you, suggesting that he either didn't know, or wanted to accurately react to any romantic declarations. Either way, his internet searches suggested that he was putting a lot of time and energy into his illicit romance with Kessinger. District Attorney Michael Rourke revealed that Chris also spent time searching the internet for secluded vacation spots to take Kessinger to during their affair. Prosecutors have cited Watts' desire for a fresh start with his mistress, co-worker Nicole Kessinger, 30, as his motive in the killings.
She looks butch.
While Chris Watts and his mistress reportedly met in June 2018 at work, it wasn't long before Kessinger was also turning to Google for romance advice. In her only interview following Chris's arrest for the murders of his wife Shanannwatts and their children, Kessinger told the Denver Post that November, "We had just met. I barely knew him." However, court documents showed that Kessinger spent over 2 hours searching Google for wedding dresses just 9 days before Chris killed.
Now, I bet there are women out there that do look up wedding dresses from time to time, even if you're married. I mean, you look at stuff that's pretty, okay? I look at stuff that's Funko Pops, even though I have tons of Funko Pops already. I mean, I'm not trying to say potato, but you're in a relationship with a married man. You're Googling marrying your mistress. You're looking at wedding dresses. This is not good for you.
Killed his wife and 2 daughters. Of course, searching for wedding dresses isn't a crime by any means, but Kessinger's search history suggested that she was incredibly serious about her relationship with Chris.
And yet she said to investigators and detectives that her relationship with Chris was not so serious. Casual dating.
Was already thinking about a future with the man she'd allegedly only been dating for approximately 6 weeks. Chris reportedly told Kessinger that he was separated and at the end of divorce proceedings, with his mistress saying that she believed she was dating a divorced man with which there would be nothing wrong. However, Kessinger's search history told a slightly different story. On July 24th, Kessinger Google searched the phrase, "Man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife," that she may have known that Chris was yet to split from Shanann, and was hoping that he would leave.
Watsford transferred a nude image of Kessinger to his secret calculator application. Gross.
Leave his spouse to be with her. In the digital age, it's difficult to conceal information, but Chris Watts found an unusual way to store content he received from his mistress. Per the discovery documents released by the Weld County District Attorney's Office, Watts had a secret calculator application uploaded to his personal phone. This application, by all appearances, is an operable calculator.
I'm telling you right now, if you have to hide messages or hide pictures or whatever like that, you're already cheating. So don't be that person.
When the user enters a secret passcode, the application reveals its true purpose: a concealed storage device for photographs, videos, contacts, even a private browser. So, in order to conceal his affair with Kessinger from his wife, Chris made sure to store all content from his mistress in the special app on his phone, presumably so that Shanann couldn't access it. Investigators discovered a plethora of hidden photos and messages in the app on Chris's phone, and they noted in the discovery documents, "I'm certain Watts communicated far more with Kessinger than is reflected in his phone
Thank God we didn't see any of the nude ones. Ugh.
data, perhaps facilitated through the secret calculator application." It became apparent he was receiving assorted nude images of Kessinger, which he then stashed in that application to prevent Shanann from ever seeing them.
When you should be getting nude pictures and cute, loving, sexy photos from your wife. No, he got them from his mistress.
When Shanann Watts was killed on August 13, 2018, she'd just returned from a business trip in the early hours of the morning. Chris Watts had spent the weekend with their daughters, Celeste and Bella, and according to him, they'd had a rather normal time together at home. On Sunday, August 12, 2018, he took the girls to a birthday party. There was a mini pool at the birthday party and his girls had an epic time. They drove back home after the party and he gave his girls a shower and put them to bed. Chris also revealed to investigators that earlier in the morning, after watching some television, he took the girls to Target to purchase a birthday present, and when they got home from running the errand, he fed them leftover, cold pizza. By all accounts, Chris had spent a pretty regular weekend with his two daughters, and there seemed to be indication that he had planned to murder them and their mother just hours later. In hindsight, this normalcy appeared to be extremely chilling. While Chriswatts initially denied murdering his pregnant wife, Shanann, and their children, it later transpired that he'd revealed to a co-worker his plans to visit the remote oil field in Frederick, Colorado, where their bodies were found. According to the official case documents, on Sunday, August 12, 2018, at around 5 p.m., Chris texted a co-worker in reference to the Cervi Ranch oil field, "I'm gonna go straight out there from my house in the morning."
Please don't come out there. I will do it.
When the co-worker responded that they had been planning to visit the site, Chris joked, "I can go out there though. No sense in both of us going out there, lol." By telling a co-worker that he'd be visiting Cervi Ranch early on that Monday morning to complete some checks, many people believed that Chris may have premeditated his actions on that fateful August day, and had chosen the oil field as a burial site after murdering his family. Chris's co-worker revealed that no one really likes going out there to Cervi as it is so far, but they did not know the last time Chriswatts may have been out to Cervi Ranch. After Chriswatts pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in November 2018, his parents gave an interview defending their son. Chris's mother, Cindy Watts, said of her son's marriage to Shanann Watts, "It was a very hard relationship. It was a very hard relationship with Shanann, as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't do anything right." Chris's parents also suggested that it was his marriage to Shanann that changed him. He was in sports from when he was 5 until 17 years old, his mom said. "There's not one person you can talk to that will say anything about this kid. He was normal, he didn't have a temper, he was just easygoing like his dad. He's not a monster." Chris's dad, Ronnie Watts, also defended his son and explained, "It's hard for me to believe that he would hurt them girls no matter what. The story he told me that night, I believed it. The way he looked at me, the way he was crying, I believed it." Ronnie is referring to the initial story that Chris gave to the police, claiming that he only killed Shanann after discovering that she'd murdered their two daughters. However, this was, of course, later revealed to be untrue. From prison, Chris Watts reportedly corresponded with author Sherlyn Cadle in a series of letters, phone calls, and meetings, the details of which she subsequently published in the 2019 book, Letters from Christopher, The Tragic Confessions of the Watts Family Murders. Cadle claimed that Chris had told her, "If I had not met Nikki, I would never have killed my family. All I could feel was now I was free to be with Nikki. Feelings of my love for her was overcoming me. I felt no remorse." Chris also revealed, "The darkness inside of me had won, it was still in me though, I thought maybe permanently. I felt evil, swallowed up by this thing inside of me. I felt like I could kill anything and be justified for doing it." Of Chris's mistress, Nikki Kessinger, Cadle said, "Christopher says he loved her like he has never loved anyone else before." Police investigating the Chris Watts murders discovered that he had looked up the lyrics to the Metallica song, Battery, during a respite taken shortly after he murdered and disposed of the bodies of his pregnant wife and their two daughters. One of the reasons then, that some people speculated that Chris's mistress, Kessinger, might have allegedly been involved in the murders was because of a mysterious text she reportedly sent him soon after the killings had taken place.
Telling you.
After Christopher killed his family and drove away, Nikki texted him to look up the song by Metallica band called Battery. I challenge you to look up the full lyrics of this song.
Why would she send that, even though she was not around, not involved, why would she send that? That makes no sense.
I find it interesting that we should believe it's only a coincidence. The lyrics include lines like, "Smashing through the boundaries, lunacy has found me, cannot stop the battery, pounding out aggression, turns into obsession. Cannot kill the battery, cannot kill the family, battery is found in me. On August 15, 2018, less than a week after his wife and daughters disappeared, Chriswatts failed a polygraph test. Tammy Lee, an investigator in the case, conducted the test. Chriswatts didn't just fail his polygraph test, he scored shockingly low.
-18.
After failing the test, Chris confessed to a version of the truth, which included him alleging that he'd only murdered his wife after she supposedly smothered their 2 daughters.
I don't believe it.
He claimed that she had killed their 2 girls in response to his request for a divorce, and said he had killed her in anger after she did this. However, he later confessed to strangling his wife during a confrontation over the revelations of his affair. Presumably to save face after failing the polygraph test, called Shanannwatts' name the year before she started an affair with Chris, on September 1, 2017. Weld County District Attorney Michael Rourke said, "The dates to which you are referring, in 2017 where it appears she Googled or otherwise searched Shanann, was data that came off her phone." He continued,
and they tried to say it was a typo. No.
Nicole Kessinger told us that she met and started the relationship with the defendant in 2018. So where that anomaly in the data comes from? I don't know the answer to it. Indeed, the fact that Kessinger reportedly Googled Chris's wife's name in September 2017 seemingly contradicts her own version of events.
She lied.
As the Denver Post, with whom Kessinger gave her only press interview, later reported, Kessinger was working in the environmental department with an Anadarko petroleum contractor when the two met. One day in the middle of June 2018, he walked into her office to introduce himself. Watts told her that he had 2 daughters, and after Kessinger asked, Watts said he was separated and at the end of divorce proceedings, she said. As well as Googling wedding dresses and the name of Chris Watts' wife, Nicole Kessinger also searched online for Amber Frye, the infamous mistress in another murder case.
Suspicious?
In the Chris Watts case's discovery documents, Kessinger searched the internet on topics related to Amber Frye. Her searches included Frye's book deal, her net worth, and did people hate Amber Frye. Presumably, Kessinger may have been concerned about what the public perception would be once it was revealed that she was the mistress of a convicted murderer.
You can't tell me you thought this was going to be a good thing. That this was never going to come to light. Like, it's going to come out. It's never a good thing. It's never hidden. It's never a secret. If it becomes a secret and it never is found, then you're, I wouldn't say lucky, then you are, I can't say that you're lucky, but you got away with it, which is shocking.
However, the fact that she Googled Frye's net worth and book deal might also suggest that she may have been hoping to capitalize on her situation. Of course, this is all speculation, and it should be noted that Kessinger voluntarily spoke with police on August 15, the same day that Chris was arrested for the murders of Shanannwatts and their 2 daughters. As Kessinger later told the Denver Post, "I just wanted to help. With a pregnant woman and 2 children missing, I was going to do anything that I could."
But yet now give up your phone, delete messages, emails, pictures, lie to investigators. That's anything you could have done to help? Really?
I was going to do anything that I could. On February 18, 2019, Chris Watts sat down for a 5-hour interview with the Frederick Police Department, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and the FBI, the audio of which was released to the public. Chris made a plethora of revelations during the interview, and he spoke about his former mistress, Nicole Kessinger.
I still don't feel we have 100%.
Chris said, "I'm not sure what you, Nicole, went through afterward, if you had like counseling, if you're in a different state, if you had to leave everything behind. I just hope there's normalcy for her since she's on the outside." He continued, "I'm hoping it could get that way at some point." When the investigators asked Chris if he was hoping to speak to Kessinger one day, he replied, "Maybe once, just to say, I'm sorry this all happened." However, Chris's attorney reportedly attempted to contact Kessinger on his behalf, but she refused. During this same interview, Chris also emotionally suggested that if he hadn't begun an affair, he might not have become dissatisfied with his marriage to Shanannwatts. "If I never met Kessinger, would I have ever thought our relationship was bad? Probably not. he told investigators. I never thought I would have strayed away from Shanann. Chriswatts revealed a plethora of details about the case to author Sherling Cadell, which were subsequently published in her book. In one letter he sent to Cadell, Chris reportedly admitted that his first attempt to kill his young daughters, Bella and Celeste, was unsuccessful. August 13th morning, I went to the girls' room first, before Shanann and I had our argument, Chris allegedly wrote in a letter to Cadell. I went to Bella's room, then Celeste's room and used a pillow from their bed to kill them. That's why the cause of death was smothering. After I left Celeste's room, then I climbed back in bed with Shanann and our argument ensued. However, as Chris explained, his first attempt to smother his daughters didn't work. After Shanann had passed, Bella and Celeste woke back up. He explained, I'm not sure how they woke back up, but they did. Bella's eyes were bruised and both girls looked like they had been through trauma. That made the act that much worse, knowing I went to their rooms first and knowing I still took their lives at the location of the batteries. Instead, Chris reportedly loaded wife Shanann's body into his truck after strangling her, and then drove his daughters,
because there is physically no room in that truck. That's why I think she went out the back.
Were still very much alive at that point, to what would become their final resting place.
So that's one, like the biggest thing that really bothers me is that text message that Nicole sent Chris about looking up the lyrics to Metallica, the Battery. Like, why would she send that? Why was her phone pinging that in that morning of the murders? Where was her alibi? Where was she the morning between 6 and 9 a.m.? Like, you cannot tell me, and then we watch district attorneys say, well, she didn't come, we don't think she was there. She deleted some messages which hampered our investigation. For the most part, I think she's forthcoming. For the most part, like, it's all there. It's literally in a bag for us to look at, to give to the investigators, and they're like, no, we don't want it. We're fine. We got what we wanted. You can see it right in front of your face. If it was so much closer, it would slap in the face. And yet we're all told that, oh, junior detectives, it's over, it's done, get over it, move on. I'm not going to tell you. We don't want to know where she's at. We don't care what her name is anymore. We don't care where she lives or what she does or who she's married to or what. We don't care about that. We just want her investigated. It's so dumb that they literally have said it hampered with the investigation. She was mostly forthcoming. Like, you're literally telling us that you didn't do your job by telling us secretly about it. And then they tell us that we're junior detectives and we're trying to play like we're professionals. I don't care that I'm a professional. I can see the bull crap that you forgot. So with that being said, for the people that are still here watching this video, please comment down below your thoughts and inquiries. There are a lot of people that still are watching this that are like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know about this case. And now they're starting to learn it. Hit the like button for the hopeful one-day justice that we will see that either Nicole will finally be interrogated, Chris will actually confess to her involvement, or give us something even more. But until that time, it's going to be a long time waiting. And again, I thank you guys very much for being here. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.